Coming in, you guys, it's day number 89 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. Every single day here in the year 2022, I've been getting into an ice bath, all ready to go every single day. As you can see, lots of nice big chunky monkey pieces of ice in there. I've been putting my body into that every single day right here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time all throughout the year. So thank you so much for joining in today. I have a great topic that maybe you've never heard about this effect of cold therapy before, but it's going to blow your mind because it's really a mind trick that a lot of people don't even realize they're doing when they're in the cold. So we'll tell you about that here in just a minute. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, everybody who's here today. Day 89 of my challenge. And if you're brand new, I'm getting my body into this tub of ice every single day all throughout 2022. And I got 5 minutes on the clock. Getting in there for 5 minutes a day. And here, let me kick some birds off the back porch here. Those birds like to come up here when they're not supposed to. All right, here we go. 5 minutes on the clock. Go. All right, in we go. Okay, you guys, so I learned two new things about ice baths and cold that I did not know, but I have experienced both, all right? So when you get into an ice bath or you get into a cold shower, you may notice that you have this sensation like you need to pee. It's the weirdest thing. When you make yourself cold, you have a sensation, and I say it that way purposefully, it's a sensation that you have to go to the bathroom. And what's happening is all of that cold is kind of happening in the core part of your body. And so it's sending signals to your brain, hey, something's going on down there. It feels like it's full of water. Go pee. So isn't that amazing that that is something that happens as a result of getting cold? But the more phenomenal one to me, you guys, is what happens when you get in an ice bath. What happens to your thirst? Did you know that you won't feel thirsty if you're cold? Think about when you've been out on a cold winter's day. When you're out in the cold, you're not really feeling that thirsty, right? But then as soon as you get back home and you get inside the warmer house, what happens? You get thirstier, you get hungrier. Well, it's not that you became thirsty and hungry. It's because the cold had blunted the effects of primarily your thirst and then a little bit of your hunger. And so isn't that interesting? So when you are doing cold therapy, you have to remind yourself to get hydrated, to make sure you're putting enough fluids in your body. That's so important. And of course, you're thinking, well, what's the big deal? Well, if you get dehydrated, that leads to a lot of problems in your body. And if you're not sensing that dehydration is taking place because you're doing so much cold therapy, then it can be problematic for you down the road. So don't get dehydrated. In my book, Real Food Keto, we put information in there all about what happens when you get dehydrated. And there's stages of it. If you feel any thirst at all at any moment, you're already way past dehydrated. So try to stay ahead of it, and all the more when you are doing cold therapy. Really interesting, huh? I'm learning all kind of little factoids about cold and its impact physiologically on your body. And that was a big one. Makes you feel like you gotta go pee, and it makes you not feel thirsty at all. So don't worry about the peeing. Drink up, hydrate water, and you should be good to go. All right, let me go under the water here, as I always do in the final moments.
Yeah! 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 I am man, hear me roar.
I heard the neighbor kids in the backyard. They're probably like, oh, there's that weirdo again. Doing that scream. Okay, as always, what I've been doing the last 4 days, you guys, as per an interview I did the other day, is when I'm done with the ice bath, I start walking around my property and I talk to you guys. So if you're asking questions, I'll get to you in here in just a second. But yes. So go right into a shirt, put on my Crocs, and I go out the door. It's a beautiful sunshiny day here this afternoon, so it's perfect time to go walking. Here, let me take it off the Wi-Fi. Okay, I think it just reconnected. So I was on the Wi-Fi, and I was afraid if I walk down the street and it's on the Wi-Fi, I will lose you guys, and I probably would. My Wi-Fi is good, but I don't know if it'll reach all the way to the stop sign down here that I walk. So, but yeah, isn't that neat that when you get cold, it blunts your body's ability to sense that you are thirsty. And so you want to make sure that you are hydrating well, even in the midst of doing cold therapy. And of course, you're not feeling that you're thirsty, and so you're not really knowing that you need to be drinking water. And so I found that truly, truly fascinating. All right, let's see who all's here today. Thank you guys for being here, as always. Marcus, Texas Livingston, Linda, Carrie, Dawn, Sadzi, Karen, CC Guide Dogs, Kelly, Wendy, City Meets Country, Rockin' Rosa, Laura Lynn, Mrs. Millsy, Vicky, TCB, Rockin' and Rosa says, get it, get it, get it. Oh, it got. I know how to do it. Nutrient Dense Teas is here. Donna, Cheryl, H1MK1. Adnan says, are you being coached by Ray? If yes, how's it going? Well, I haven't publicly talked about that, so I'm going to plead the fifth until we're ready to talk about it publicly. So, Nick is here. Tina says, loving the chickens clucking in the background. Yes. It's so funny because you're going to get random sounds during my ice bath videos. You'll either hear my chickens most days. You'll also hear birds sometimes. Yesterday there were birds. There were no birds today. There was a bunch of dogs barking today during my quiet time in the ice bath. So, and the neighbor kids, like I said, were in the backyard. And so, yes, all kinds of ambiance here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Estelel is here. Marcus says, when summer really heats up, do you think your chickens will try to use your ice tank as a bath? Oh, no, because it stays covered up. So there's no way they would go in there. I will tell you, when it gets really hot outside, chickens actually pant. You may not know this if you don't own chickens. I've had chickens about 10 years, and they will start, they'll just do that panting with their mouth, and you know they're hot. And then they'll start like pulling their wings away from their body to try to cool themselves down. And of course, they dig into the dirt, and they put their body onto dirt that they dig because that dirt is cool. And so it's also how they bathe themselves. I never knew how you could bathe yourself in dirt, but it apparently is a thing with chickens. By the way, you guys, look at what they're doing right next to my property. They're doing all kinds of construction. I hear they're going to put up an apartment complex right here. So lovely, right next to an apartment complex. Electric Mama is here. Thomas, Sin Wolf, Gabby, Christy, another Christy, two Christys back to back. My Keto Life, Patricia, Nobody's Nothing, Dina, Wickers, Carol Ann, Hank, Cece, Rachel, Keto A Go-Go, Sarah Wright. Sarah says, what do the ice baths do? That's a great question, Sarah. I have been going live at 5 p.m. every single day talking exactly about that particular subject. So I'm glad you made your way here to today's video. But I do have a vast archive of the first 88 days that I did. But in summary, it does a lot of things. It lowers inflammation in the body. It helps boost ketosis. So if you're already eating keto, and sometimes you have a little bit of struggle getting into ketosis, it boosts ketosis. And I think the mechanism by which it does that is the lowering of the blood sugar that it does. So it stabilizes blood sugar, stabilizes blood pressure, lowers inflammation. All of these things, yes, are similar goals to those of us who go on a ketogenic or carnivore type of diet. But don't you want more anti-inflammatory? Don't you want more insulin sensitivity building, insulin lowering effects, blood sugar lowering effects? Yeah, I think we all do. So, as an adjunct to your healthy diet and lifestyle choices, add in ice baths. There's lots of other things I've talked about. Ironically, day 69, I did a whole video about the sexual health changes that come from this. And there are good studies that talk about men boosting testosterone and libido, women increasing their estradiol levels, which all help contribute to sexual health. David is here. Stephanie, City Meets Country, you did a great job with Dr. Hunt today. I follow her. Excellent. Yes, if you guys missed it, I had probably the most epic interview I've ever done. Dr. Courtney Hunt was on. It's going to be up for 24 hours, so go watch it while you can on my Instagram page. It's only on Instagram. It's not on YouTube, Facebook. It's only on Instagram. As I always do, I interview people on Instagram Live first, and then I yank it down after 24 hours and then repost it in a few weeks. So if you miss it, within this 24-hour period, it will go back up, and I'll probably make it a two-parter because it went about 75 to 80 minutes. So I'll probably break it into 2 episodes. But that's some deep stuff we got into today. And that was stretching my ability as an interviewer because I wasn't as familiar with the topics that she was talking about. But I'm a curious learner, and I'm a keen listener when I'm interviewing people. And in fact, when we were done, she wrote me and said, "You're good." I was like, "Thank you." She said, I don't usually have hosts on podcasts that have the instincts that you have. She said, "I felt like your tone was great, your questions were great, the flow was great." I'm like, "Yay. Maybe I should try to do this podcasting thing a little more." So that was very kind of her. to make those comments. But yes, go check it out. CJ is here. Marcus says, I think Upton Sinclair in the fasting cure used regular cold showers while he fasted. I don't think I remember it was for appetite suppression. Yeah, I mean, that's great. I did do 6 days of fasting about a month and a half or so ago. And I was in the ice bath every day. And I was actually worried about the opposite. I was worried that getting into the cold during a fast would actually increase hunger. And here's why I thought that. Because of the shiver effect. At the time, I was still having shivering. I don't shiver anymore, by the way, but I was having shivering at the time. And so shivering is very energy. It expends a lot of energy. And so if your body's going to expend a lot of energy shivering, I assumed that that would create hunger with the body saying, okay, refeed me because we're using up all this energy to warm your ass up. But I don't remember that happening. I don't remember getting more hungry. But that's interesting. I did not realize Upton Sinclair had written about that. I will look that up, Marcus. Thank you. Laura is here. Sharon, Shane, Irene, Becky, Pudget, Coley, Beth, Chef Fingermar, Mac, Sleuth of Truth, Sonia, Maria, Francis, Bulletproof, Holly. Bulletproof says, go Jimmy, with a bunch of strong emojis. B. John, Glow Up is here. Sarah says, I have an autoimmune disorder, and even doing keto, I still have inflammation. I wonder if it would help. Absolutely, it would help. This is the thing, you guys. I don't understand those people that say, well, keto lowers my inflammation, lowers my insulin, normalizes my blood sugar, gives me all these benefits. I don't need an ice bath. And I'm like, that's all well and good. The diet, because I do think the diet is the most powerful change you can make in your life. But don't you want to enhance it? Don't you want to see perhaps some added benefits that could come from doing other things? I'm often mocked by people, and very recently it happened. I'm going to be posting about it soon. Very recently happened that, well, what are you doing all these biohacks for? They're obviously not helping you. And the notion was, well, since you haven't lost weight, you're not getting any benefit out of it. And so I disagree with that. I feel like our lives should be a symbiosis of a lot of things that we do. I don't think a diet alone is the reason why you lose weight, or gain weight for that matter. I don't think exercise alone is the thing that's going to help you. I don't think, walking, getting fresh air, getting sunshine, I don't think those things help. But do all of them help combined? You bet they do. And so adding in something like cold therapy, even just like a couple minutes in your shower at the end of your bathing period every single day, just turn it down to the cold when you're done. As cold as you can handle with deep breaths. And watch what happens. It certainly can't hurt you. And that's kind of my rule. If I try something new as a biohack, is it going to harm me or potentially help me? And it could be neutral. It may do neither one. To me, that's a positive if it does neither one. But ice baths will not hurt you. No matter what you hear about hypothermia, oh my gosh, or frostbite. You guys see me get in. It was 32.3 degrees Fahrenheit in that ice bath today. You guys see me get in there every day. And that is icy water. I mean, that is about as cold as it gets without being solid. And I am not at all in any danger in there. A couple weeks ago, I was in there 10 minutes straight. And even that wasn't any danger that day. We got to get over this notion, just like we do with everything else. Got to get over this notion that not eating, for example, for several days, you're going to leach your muscle and it's going to eat you alive. Really? Or if you eat a keto or carnivore diet, all that saturated fat's going to clog your arteries and give you a heart attack. Really? No. So the same with all the things you've heard about ice baths. Trust me, this book I'm writing on this topic, we're going to hit that one hard. Hard. We will not let it go. CJ says, spin that ATP. Yes. All the energy I can get. Lisa's here. Marty. Powell. Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Do Life. Glow Up said you did great with Dr. Hunt. Thank you. Mary's Meals. Nikki. Nutrient dense teas. This is also interesting to me. I love learning about all of it. Well, good. I am a sponge for this information right now. And guys, I have not been this excited about writing on a topic that I think is underserved in the health community since Keto Clarity. When I was thinking about writing Keto Clarity, this was about 10 years ago actually, 2012, I was doing nutritional ketosis. I was doing an N=1 experiment for a year, interestingly, just like I'm doing with the ice baths now. But I tested it. Originally it was going to be 3 months. And then 3 months turned to 6 months, and 6 months turned to a year, where I tested it every day. Of course, I did a lot of quantification, testing blood sugar, testing insulin, or ketones, and doing various little sub-tests all along the way. And I had this fire in my belly to write a book about it, because nobody had written a book on ketosis at the time. Yeah, there was the Atkins diet, and there was different books that mentioned ketosis. But nobody dedicated a whole book to it until Keto Clarity. So that's what we did. Made a whole book of it. And I feel the same way about cold therapy. There's a lot of people online that talk about it, that they show that they get in an ice bath. They talk a little bit about the benefits, but nobody is doing the research to look into sharing it in a book form. And so I am a writer. I'm very passionate about this subject. So we're going to write Cold Therapy Clarity. Yep. So I start writing on that in May, and I hope to have it out late this year. At the latest, I hope, early next year. That is the goal. Carnivore Runner is here. CJ says, path to Courtney Hunt, MD. How do you get there? Is that what you're asking? Because you have question marks after it. Yeah, she's just Courtney Hunt, MD here on Instagram. But if you want to watch our interview, just go to my Instagram lives. I did one today. It is saved on my profile, and you can go watch that. Momera6 is here. Tawny, Miriam, Christine, My Biohacking Life. She knows a thing or two about ice baths, don't you? She's not feeling very well right now. My Biohacking Life. I saw your pitiful picture with the red light therapy earlier. I was like, oh, somebody's not feeling well. Hope you feel better soon. Tammy is here. Babs is here. Teresa's here. Marisa says, so fabulous interview with Dr. Hunt. Thank you. DeMarco. Teresa waves. Hello, hello. So does DeMarco. Becca is here. I'm big on the sauna heat shock protein, says DeMarco. Yeah, look. I think sauna therapy is great. I think ice baths are great. I think red light is great. I think getting sunshine naturally from Mother Nature is great. Breath, fresh air, great. Movement, great. It's all medicine. And the sooner we learn that all of these things can be a part of your healthy lifestyle. Sorry, I got a rock in my shoe and it's driving me nuts. That's the bad thing about these Crocs. They pick up anything
that you walk by. Just sucks it right in. I think the totality of all the things that we do is what gives us our health. You know, I'm criticized pretty heavily online because I don't look like I'm healthy to people because of the weight. And I always point them back to, but I'm still here. And my brain works super well. How do you explain, if I'm supposedly not healthy, that I've got about as sharp a brain as anybody you'll meet? That I can stay pretty chill, that I feel good, that I have lots of energy. Yes, the weight is there, and I'm just as baffled by it as anybody else. But all those other signs, aren't they a great sign that health is happening? I think so. And I feel like we do a disservice to people, not just myself, but other people that are doing great things. And they are seeing all these great benefits living in their own skin. Just their body's not cooperating, helping with the fat loss part. It's wrong. It's wrong for us to just dismiss those people just because they don't look like they're eating the way that they purport to do. I'm going to go to my dying breath preaching that message to stop judging people like that. So, Saratoga is here. Kinetic Bloom. Lacey Hayes. DeMarco says, haven't seen the sun in days here in Chicago. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Living in the South, we get the sun. Big, beautiful sun. Love it, love it. Bulletproof says, maybe you should discuss how your cyber bullied you. It might help since people don't want to be labeled a cyber bully. Yeah, I got a follow-up from that lady the other day who decided to call me out, and I made a little reel about it and had fun with it. And then she's like, oh wow, you spent so much time on that, you just need to answer my questions, and by the way, I created this as a fake account so I could call you out. I'm just like, all right. And I supposedly know this person, so I'm gonna be having a little more fun with them real soon. I picked up another rock. Oh, that hurts. Hurts when I step on a rock in these Crocs. A rock in the Croc is not fun. Not the crack, the Croc. My shoes. I was going to say, depending on where you live in the world, Croc may sound like crack. I'm not going to talk about my crack. I'm not smoking it. I've got one, but I'm not smoking it. Yes, I'm silly. Alice is here. DeMarco says, lots of lonely people out there. Yeah, I know. And look, I have fun with the people who are ugly to me because they're never going to take away my joy, steal my shine. I got too much to live for. I've been through a lot in my life, and I sure as hell am not going to let somebody just trying to disrupt my energy. It's not going to happen. Nope. Mom Era 6 says, you did a wonderful job with Dr. Hunt. I've been following her for 6 months and you for about 10 years. You did so well. Thank you. I enjoyed her. What was funny, you guys? She approached me about doing the interview. She said, hey, big fan of yours. I love your style. I love how calm you are, how professional you are. Let's talk about something you probably don't talk about that much. And I'm like, I'm game. I'm always game, especially for new ideas. Because look, I've been in the low carb keto space for 2 decades. And I'm kind of tired of saying eat low carb, keep the carbs low, and eat real food. That's pretty much the message of low carb ketogenic diets. And I have talked about every angle of that till I'm blue in the face. So I'm more interested in things like childhood trauma, things like ice baths and other biohacking, and in things like what Dr. Hunt shared about today, which was way over my head sometimes, but I'm a good listener. And yeah, that was fun following along with her. But she was very kind to me, complimenting me after that interview. Veronica's here. DeMarco says, I think a lot of people have hatred for themselves. Well, yeah, can't disagree with that. C. Millsy is here. Tons of kid fun. Tons of kid fun. I love that name. Good job. All right, you guys, here on day 89 of my 365-day Jimmy Ice Bath Challenge. We are coming up on the end of 3 months, you guys. 3 months I have been doing these ice baths. That's 1/4 of the way. Tomorrow will be 1/4 of the way. Just a little less than 1/4 to this challenge being successful. Look, I feel like it's been a success already. I'm gonna make 365, but if I feel this good after 3 months of doing this, how well am I gonna feel after 12 months of doing this? I can't wait to see. I can't wait. If you're watching this on the replay on YouTube or Facebook or even here on Instagram, as always, go follow me over on Instagram at Livin' Low Carb Man, LIVIN LOWCARBMAN. We go live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time every single day. So come join in on the fun. Tons of kid fun. It's supposed to be amazing. Way to go. It is amazing. I will give you that one. So yes, join in on the lives when I go live at 5 p.m. Eastern every single day. Always fun to kind of update you guys, see how I'm doing. I'm feeling great. I really feel so good right now. And as much as my expectation was that I would be feeling good, I didn't expect it to be this good. It's been truly remarkable. If you're not doing cold therapy, just get in a cold shower, guys. Get in a warm shower. Just get cooler than you are now. Because, baby, you hot. You hot. You need to cool off a little bit. Let yourself be cool. And watch what happens. And watch how much your body starts to tolerate colder and colder and colder. So before long, you're able to get into a 32-degree ice bath and it not be a very big deal. All right, guys, I'm out of here for now. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back again real soon. Bye, guys.